Hey guys, Brandon with Galloway Precision here. Today we are going to do a quick video on how to install our reduced hammer spring in your P938 238 pistols. This is a 938 from previous video you've seen where Eric installed the trigger, our Crusader trigger. This one has also been upgraded with our mount service that we offer for the P938, similar to our Tier 1 carry service. This gets its own particular mounting plate. You send us your slide, we mill it flat, we mount the plate, we install one of our suppressor height front sights, and you supply the J-point and or shield optic. Same optic, same footprint. Shield actually makes the optic, the J-point for JP Enterprises, and it really brings this pistol to the next level. That service is on our website under SIG Performance Parts P938, and it is $225, and that includes shipping back to you. You just pay shipping to get the slide here. The $225 covers all the labor and installation of the parts to the slide, and then return shipping. That does not include the optic, but we are in the process of trying to see if we can get a handful of them in for sale. So first things first, tools you're going to need. All you're going to need is your 1/8 inch punch and some gun grease of some sort. I like snow. We're not going to be using it to lube the gun in any way, shape, or form, but when we get to the part where we need it, you'll understand why. Alright, so let's go ahead and lock and clear the pistol, physically and visually inspecting to make sure it's clear. And go ahead and take it down. I'm going to take the slide off. I find it easier to take my 1/8 inch punch and just push the takedown out. Alright, we're going to set the slide off to the side. We're going to go ahead and drop the hammer. Now, unlike a standard 1911, the 938, you do not need the hammer cocked to the rear to take the safety off. I do suggest keeping your thumb over this detent here when we go to take it off. If you don't, it's going to fly out and it's very easy to lose. So go ahead and shift the safety all the way up. Remove the detent and spring so you don't lose them. Now if you've got the dual safety, the ambi safety, the right side will come off first, and then the rest of the safety will come out from the left. That leaves us with our hammer pivot. Alright, so you're going to push it from the right side, keeping your finger thumb over the hammer so it doesn't go flying out. Shouldn't be under a whole lot of tension because it's not cocked. Go ahead and pull your hammer out, turn your frame upside down, give it a light tap, and the hammer spring and detent will fall out. Now, this is where our grease comes into play. We're going to go ahead and pull out our reduced power spring and put a little grease in one side of it. Now the reason we do this is because when you go to put the spring back in place, the detent needs to be facing the correct direction. Now with your stock spring, sometimes the detent will stick in. Just give it a twist and it'll come off. And the side that we've put the grease in, go ahead and install your detent, keeping in mind that the rounded part is going to be facing down. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and stick it in, followed by our hammer with the hammer strap first. Just give it a little push, get everything seated correctly. Now when you go to install your hammer pivot, you'll notice that the lifter is kind of in the hole a little bit. So what you're going to do is when you go to push this in, push your lifter forward, and that's it. Once you get the hammer pivot in, make sure it lines up on both sides, push it all the way through. We're going to put our detent and spring back in place, take our safety and put it back in. Alright, now what I like to do is I like to have the safety just kind of resting on the spring and detent because this thing's under a lot of pressure. Just take your 1/8 inch punch and push the detent home and slide your safety down. You'll hear it click in place. Turn it all the way down. Keep it up at first. Make sure. Go ahead. You can't cock it. Can't pull the trigger. Go ahead and cock it. Put your safety on. Hammer shouldn't fall. Put it down. Hammer should fall. So we got the spring and the detent in correctly. We can go ahead and put the slide back on. Make sure when you go to put these things together that you've got the lifter pushed forward. If you don't, you keep ramming it back and forth, you'll break the lifter and you'll have to get another one from SIG. Now we're going to do a full function test. Let's go ahead and drop the hammer, rack it, release, you'll hear your reset, and you're good. And that's it. That's how you install a reduced power hammer spring in the P238 and P938. Great pistol, especially the 938. Makes a great platform. If you guys got any questions, as always, feel free to email me at tech@gallowayprecision.com. The parts for the 938 can be had on our website, www.gallowayprecision.com. Look under SIG Performance Parts P938. If you have a 238, they'll be under the P238. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest. As always, be safe, be accurate, and God bless.